Hi, my name is Dr. Melody Rodarte. I'm a physician here in the Phoenix area. I'm double boarded in internal medicine and obesity medicine, and I absolutely love biohacking the health and slowing down our aging process. I'm joined today with my colleague, Dr. Rebecca Glasser. We sit on the scientific advisory board together for this incredible company, and I am excited for you to hear from us today.
Hello, and I'm Dr. Rebecca Glasser. I'm here out of Grand Junction, Colorado. My background is I've been a plastic surgeon now for 21 years. I have been in the anti-aging field for quite a while and love being a part of LifeVantage. I've been with the company for over 10 years now. I also serve on the scientific advisory board, and it's an absolute pleasure being here today with Dr. Rodarte, giving you some more information about biohacking your health and biohacking your life.
So as I share my screen, I want you to start thinking about energy. We have our bright colors on today because we wanted you to think about brightness, that what that sun gives us in energy. And in this day and age, it is so important because a lot of us are fatigued, we are exhausted. And so we want to share with you some ideas of what you can do to bring that energy out in your life. One of the main things that reduces our energy is oxidative stress. Think of an apple. When you cut it in half, it starts to brown. That is the aging process, and that is happening in all of our cells. When it is affecting a cell, that affects the tissue, it affects the organ, and depending on how your genes are expressed and how my genes are expressed, you're going to see all of those different things on the left-hand side according to the organ system that is affected. And so if you haven't heard about that term, oxidative stress, I want you to Google it. I want you to learn from us. You can ask Dr. Glasser or myself, and we can really go into detail on oxidative stress. But you can also notice here on the right-hand side, the amount of literature on this word and this term is unsurmountable now. It is the key to the aging process. We want to reduce oxidative stress. So Dr. Glasser is going to show you how to do that.
So what I love about LifeVantage is we started very simply, and this is our flagship product, Protandim Nrf2 synergizer. And this is really the first step in biohacking your life, but also biohacking your energy. As Dr. Rodarte said, oxidative stress, it's such an important term. I want you guys to think of it kind of like your body's rusting from the inside out. She gave the example of the apple. You can also think of taking a piece of metal and leaving that metal outside. That metal will eventually corrode, it'll rust. And if you can imagine if that's happening inside your body, inside your cells, your body's kind of rusting from the inside out. It's not working as well when it's rusting. So what we have done with LifeVantage is created this amazing product. And when you look at that very first statement, it says Protandim Nrf2 is shown to lower oxidative stress by an average of 40% in 30 days. Think about that. Think about that. If oxidative stress is a major contributing factor to how and why we age, and we figured out a way to reduce that by 40% in 30 days, what would that do for you and what would that do for your body? Now, the way that it does it is it flips a switch within the cell. It turns on this Nrf2 pathway. In doing so, we're using nutrigenomics or using nutrition to change the expression of our genes. So those survival genes, what are they? What are we turning on? So some of those survival genes are our antioxidant enzymes. Those are things like SOD, right? That is increased by 30%. Catalase is increased by 54%. And glutathione, which is our master antioxidant enzymes, is actually increased by 300% in 120 days. So you're turning on all those good guys within the body to help fight free radicals, fight those toxins within your body, and reduce that oxidative stress. Now, in addition to that, Protandim Nrf2 was studied by the National Institute of Aging, and it was shown to be the only dietary supplement proven to extend life in male mice, 7% in male mice and 3% in female mice. You can see at the bottom of the page, it's made up of 5 natural ingredients. These are all come from the earth, right? Turmeric, milk thistle, green tea, bacopa, and ashwagandha. And we're combining these 5 together in order to create Protandim Nrf2 synergizer.
So if you're like me, you're about visuals, and I like this slide because a lot of you might be thinking, well, I eat well. You know, we just talked about nutrition and nutrigenomics. What does that mean? Well, I want you to keep eating well because, like I said, I do weight loss medicine. I always tell people how to eat well. But what we're doing is we are neutralizing one free radical at a time. And who wants to eat 500 cups of broccoli or take 120 capsules of vitamin C? I don't. I can take one a day, and I can eat, broccoli and blueberries maybe once a day. But I want to activate my own body's antioxidant system, and that is through the Nrf2 pathway. When you see that on the right, what's happening is we are neutralizing 1 million free radicals a second. That's the sheer difference between supplementation and activation. So kind of keep those in mind, especially as we talk about the next slide here.
So this is such a great visual because what we've learned with Protandim Nrf2 is it's not about a single ingredient. You can see on that slide, there's the control, we have ashwagandha, bacopa, green tea, all of these different ingredients, none of them in and by themselves activate the Nrf2 pathway. But in red, you can see Protandim, and you can see how this increases the Nrf2 pathway by 18-fold, right? So it's again, that difference between activation and supplementation, and we all want to be activated.
And so you're going to be hearing about Nrf2 activation. It is a key term that a lot of us in medicine are realizing is so important. And this is what Washington State University says about this pathway. Potentially the most extraordinary therapeutic and preventative breakthrough in the history of medicine. 2 words that are so key: therapy and prevention. We have a system in our own body that we can activate to help us live a healthier life.
So if your main concern is energy, if you're looking for peak energy, you can see why Protandim Nrf2 is so important as part of your daily regimen. But we're also going to tell you about a couple of other products which are going to help promote peak energy. That next one is Protandim Nrf1. Now, again, we've learned at LifeVantage that there's so many different pathways within the cell. It's not just about one pathway. There's multiple pathways. So we looked more into the Nrf1 pathway. If you go back to maybe 8th grade biology, you learned about your mighty mitochondria, and your mitochondria is the powerhouse of your cell. It's what creates energy, or ATP. But unfortunately, as we age, those mitochondria, they get beat up, they become damaged, they die off, and we in turn lose energy. We don't have it like we were when we were 20, right? We want that feeling back. So what Protandim Nrf1 does is it helps make more mitochondria and stronger mitochondria, and thus increases energy production. So if you want more energy, this is such a great product. It's going to help with your energy levels. But the yin and the yang of that is it also helps with sleep, particularly what we think of as deep sleep or REM sleep, when the body's truly able to rest and recover. And as you know, if you sleep better at night, you're certainly going to have more energy the next day.
And so many of us are seeking out sugary beverages, caffeine, to help boost our brain, trying to keep us awake, keep us going. Well, what if there was a smarter way to do that? That's what LifeVantage wanted to find, a smarter way to help our brain. Because a lot of us will think of fatigue not just because of our body feeling tired, but it's our brain feeling tired and overextended. So, what if we could give it brain food? That's what I love to call this energy drink, is actually brain food, because I'll tell you, I'd never done an energy drink in my life. As Dr. Glasser will probably agree with, we have seen poor and bad outcomes out of people who misuse energy drinks. So we love to call this brain food. We are improving mental endurance, mental acuity, concentration, and memory by giving it key ingredients. So Axio is the name, and there's activated B vitamins, quercetin, DMAE, L-theanine. The pine bark is the Nrf2 activating ingredient in there. These cross the blood-brain barrier and just allow our brain to feel like it had the best nap of its life and it's ready to rock and roll. And so we are helping our neurotransmitters. That's a fancy word for our brain cells. We want them to fire correctly, for those synapses to be talking instead of going haywire. So by doing that, we reduce mental fatigue and brain fog. We increase positive mood. And who doesn't love that this is a clean drink? This isn't full of caffeine. There's only, in the caffeinated form, 100 milligrams of caffeine, less than a half a cup of coffee. And it's from the green tea extract. So it's not artificial. It's not fake. It's not synthetic. You're not going to get a rise and then a crash. And then it's naturally sweetened as well. So they're 15 calories or less. So there's both a decaf and a caffeinated option. They're delicious tasting. You can even warm them up if you are right now in the winter time and you don't want to have something cold. Some of these are great to do warmed up as well. And so this is an incredible way of helping that brain function.
So the three products that we've talked about today is part of our peak energy activation stack. And the company is, again, trying to be solution oriented. How do we address certain problems? So today we really wanted to focus on the energy problem, because I think that that is such a common thing that both of us see in our medical practices. People come in and they go, I just don't have energy. I'm just fatigued. I can't get through the day. So to both of us, to Dr. Rodarte and I, this makes so much sense. This is an energy solution. It's combining these three products together. Protandim Nrf2, it's going to help clean out your cells, detoxify things, improve your production of antioxidants. It's just such a fantastic flagship product. Then we combine that with Protandim Nrf1, which is, again, it's going to work on your mitochondria. It's boosting energy and also helping with sleep. And then finally, Axio, it's energy for your brain. It's really helping with mental focus and concentration. Such a great, healthy alternative to those other things that are out there on the market. So I love the beauty and combination of the peak energy activation stack.
So with that, I hope you have learned a few things that you can do for your health. There are a lot of things that Dr. Glasser and I love to put together for our patients, our friends, our colleagues, because we're all about slowing down the aging process and living our best life using nutrigenomics. So with that, if you have more questions, reach out to us. We would be more than happy to help you put together a stack. The beautiful part is you pay the same price as we do, and there's free shipping. And as we put these together in stacks, there are great savings to be had as well.
So thank you all so much for joining Dr. Rodarte and Dr. Glasser. We're thrilled that you're here, that you're ready to take control, take responsibility of your health by biohacking your health and biohacking your life. Thanks, everyone.